Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel FloralBioCanvas. In today's video, we are going to understand about different terminologies that is used in the genetics chapter. So let's start. Starting with the genome, it means that the complete set of gene in a cell or the complete set of genetic material present in an individual is termed as genome. When we talk about locus, so it is the location of a particular gene on a chromosome. It means that when we talk about homologous chromosomes, they are same in height and the genes which are located are at same position. So locus, it means that the location of particular gene. Suppose I am talking about the height. There will be tall and dwarf. So it is the location of this gene on the chromosome is termed as locus. It is the location of a particular gene. Talking about allele, it is the alternative form of the same gene. So, alternative form of the gene is termed as allele. Again, we will be considering the same example, that is the pea plant's height. It could be tall or dwarf. So, allele could be for tall height, it could be capital T, and for dwarf height, it could be small t. So, this is the alternative form of the same gene, that is located and situated at the same locus of homologous chromosome, which is termed as allele. This capital T or small t, which is the alternative form of the same gene. Hope so it is clear to all of you. Now we will be discussing about genotype. Genotype, it simply means that the genetic makeup of an organism or genetic composition. Suppose if we say tall, so what is the genetic makeup or genetic composition that indicates this is gene of an organism that represents tall? We will be considering capital T that represents tall. We will be considering heterozygous condition capital T and small t that also represents tall. But when we consider small t, so it represents dwarf. So this is the genetic makeup or genetic composition of an organism. Talking about phenotype, phenotype means the physical characteristics which is associated with the genotype, or you can simply say it is the observable characteristic. When I said that the genotype is TT, it means that the plant height is tall. So the tall height which we can see, which is the physical appearance of that plant, this is termed as phenotype. It could be tall or dwarf. Talking about homozygous, as the term homo represents same. So if an individual has identical allele gene, then it is termed as homozygous. So if we consider capital T or small t, then it is coming under homozygous. That is, individual is having identical or the same gene. Okay. When I talk about heterozygous, hetero, it means different. So here the individual is having two different allele, one dominant and the other recessive, that could be capital T or small t. That is termed as heterozygous. For a gene at a specific locus, then it is called as heterozygous. As we saw, it could be capital T or small t that represents the tall height. Now we will be seeing the dominant trait. As for dominant trait, we can understand that the allele which express itself, जो एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है खुद को. सो सपोज इफ आई कंसिडर कैपिटल टी, द हाइट ऑफ द प्लांट विल बी टॉल बिकॉज इट इज एक्सप्रेसिंग इट सेल्फ. एंड इफ आई कंसिडर कैपिटल टी एंड स्मॉल टी, even though it is heterozygous condition, here capital T express itself, therefore the plant height would be tall again. So the definition says dominant allele shows their effect even if the individual has one copy of the allele. मतलब उसके पास केवल एक ही allele है तो भी वो अपना इफेक्ट दिखा रहा है, अब खुद को एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है. दैट इज डोमिनेंट ट्रेट. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट रेसेसिव allele, it means that is not expressed in a heterozygous zygote. मतलब जो एलिल अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर रहा है. तो सपोज इफ आई कंसिडर हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, तो यहाँ पे कैपिटल टी एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है एंड स्मॉल टी सप्रेस हो जा रहा है, एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो इसको हम कंसिडर करते हैं रेसेसिव एलिल. सपोज if I consider small t, then too it is recessive allele which is not expressing itself, that is termed as recessive allele. Last definition, as we can see, it is heredity. It means that the transmission of character from one generation to another, that is from the parent to the offspring, the transmission of character is termed as heredity. Hope so this video was helpful to you. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more new videos. Thank you.